So here's another good example of what we're looking to do. And this is probably more like what you're going to be seeing. So I want to find the mass in grams of sodium to add to 50 grams of fluorine. Now, that immediately tells me that I need to use a mole ratio because my given compound is not the same as my wanted compound. So I'm going to come up with a plan first, obviously, because that's how I roll. And the fact that my given compound is not the same as my wanted compound tells me that I'm going to be using a mole ratio. And I always kind of start my plans from the middle and just kind of build out because that's a giveaway, right? If your wanted is not the same as your given, mole ratio, build out. So my wanted compound is sodium, and my given compound is fluorine. Oh boy, but now I don't have a chemical reaction. Well, I have to get it from the words. So sodium is Na, and fluorine is F2, makes sodium fluoride. So this is a synthesis reaction. Hopefully you remember these. I wouldn't necessarily have to tell you what the product is. I'm being kind to you here. You can appreciate my kindness. That makes sodium fluoride, which is NaF. And then I have to balance. So a 2 to balance the fluorines, and then another 2 to balance the sodiums. All right. So I'm going to move this up a little bit just to give myself some room. Now, I am not trying to find moles of sodium. I am trying to find grams of sodium. And I am going to do that using, wait for it, molar mass. And I am also not given moles of fluorine. I am given grams of fluorine. So, once again, I will be using, hey, wait for it, molar mass. All right, so now I have a three-step problem, okay? But it's all dimensional analysis, and I can do it all together. So I'm going to set it up as question mark grams sodium equals 50.0 grams fluorine. And this is where, if you're not being careful with your units and everything, and your labels, things can start to get a little complicated and messed up. So I'm going to put my grams of fluorine on the bottom and my moles of fluorine on the top. And then my next step would be using the mole ratios. So there's my moles of fluorine to my moles of sodium. And then the final step is to go moles of sodium to grams of sodium. Okay, fluorine has a molar mass of 37.977777 in 1 mole. And then there is 2 moles of sodium for every 1 mole of fluorine from the balanced chemical equation. And then 22.989 grams of sodium in 1 mole of sodium. So I can go ahead and I can calculate this out. And what I get is 60.5 grams of sodium. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to go back and check my significant figures. This number here in the beginning has the least and 3, so my answer should have 3 significant figures. And that's really it.